the United States of America creates its own fucking war. They want to preach how they come in peace, but they create these own fucking weapons of mass destruction. And all presidents are pretty much corrupt. They keep their mouth fucking shut. And I don't know if they're scared of retaliation, but the United States of America is not keeping the federal agencies are not keeping their fucking noses clean. They're dirty as fuck. And they're targeting my fucking ass. They've got nanotechnology in my fucking ass. I know they do. And they know I can't prove it. And it's just a fucking shame because these federal agencies and the military just make life harder for everyone. And they make our political leaders look bad. I have yet to see Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden. They have yet to expose our federal agencies and the war crimes they fucking commit. They know damn well that if they committed any of these things without immunity, they would be in prison. And it's really hard to put into words because most of the employees that work for the government just go in to do a fucking job, but somehow they get this thought in their head where they have to go to extreme levels to set a fucking example. And the whole fucking 9/11 thing was a bad fucking idea. If I could go back again, I would not do it because our government is already on a rocky foundation of corruption, and our media is already on a rocky foundation of uncertainty. And with fake news proliferating, it's hard to keep track of what's fucking real. And it's just like, I'm just mad that I didn't keep my distance away from your fucking government, because now you've fucking tainted my ass, and I like to remain neutral and be uninfluenced by your political system and just the vacuum of your government that sucks you in, and you can quickly realize that you're becoming just like the person that you don't want to be. And somehow this country has been riding it out, and the government's been riding it out just barely. Can't even meet the basic needs of our civilization. I mean, I like to remain spiritual, and I like to remain calm. And somehow you've brought the worst out of me. You've made me hyper aggressive, and you made me into somebody I don't want to be with this fucking nanotechnology torture shit. And you just rub it in that you can get away with it. Deleting my fucking shit, fucking with shit in my damn room, my cars, my businesses. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. And I told you to stop. you've got the fucking message, and you're violating my civil rights, and your presidents look like a long list of shameful fucking candidates. No, I'm not going to say any specific names because I don't even know the fucking truth. But my gut instinct tells me that most of your candidates are a long list of shameful fucking candidates because your government is making you look bad. I like to keep my fucking distance away from your government, away from your military, and I think that every young generation should grow up at least 150 to 200 miles away from any major city, out in the country, where you can develop into a peaceful person. But unfortunately, I didn't get that experience. I had to be forced into your fucking crowded fucking education system and your TV that is just saturated with things that can influence you later on in life and you not even realize it. So think about that when you're trying to meditate, and it's a cardinal sin to fuck with someone at that fucking young of an age and send their whole life down a downward spiral, screw their reputation up, screw their credibility up, and who wants to move to another country, learn another language, and start all over and lose all that fucking time in your life where you're struggling all over again? But that looks like the only opportunity I have. I mean, to move to another country, learn another language, as difficult as it is, all could have been prevented. All could have been prevented. You took my fucking designs and you made something you turned a positive thing into a negative thing for my life. Yeah, other people may have benefited from it, but I promise you it most likely fizzled out. And the only way to have real change in this world is to start from the top down. I'm down here minding my own business and trying to enjoy life. And I look back and I realize how much anger you've caused in my life. All that fucking time wasted. I envision the person that I want to be, and you've basically configured my life into a pure fucking hell. Would love to move to a country that does not collaborate with the United States, because your freaking tentacles of manipulation reaches out to other countries, where if you try to move to Australia, like, they're influenced by you. You try to move to parts of Asia and parts of Europe and you're influenced by the United States, where you can pretty much do whatever you want. So it's like Russia or China are the only options, and it's a shame, because your basic motto for your government is to meet the basic needs of all citizens and avoid molesting people with your weapons. I don't know, like, I'm not going to change my mind. That's how I feel. And apparently you're trying to convince me otherwise, but you're not going to convince me. I honestly wish I could have grew up in a house approximately 200 miles from the diameter of a major city, where I can grow up in a peaceful life. That's what I envision for myself. I would not raise my kids near any major city until we get to the bottom of whatever this electronic harassment is, and whatever this nanotechnology is. But you have to support yourself somehow, and that's the modern society we live in. And it's unfortunate that we have to get close to your fucking society and be compromised. You know, you hide your kids in your little pockets of the safe part of the world within the United States. You hide your kids, but you don't have a problem doing shit to other people. God forbid anything happen to them. So to do unto others, do you want done to you? And if everything that you've done to me, go do it to your fucking kids. But wait, you're not going to. And you send people into a downward spiral, a chain reaction of having their life destroyed. And you can't undo the wiring of someone's brain at some point. You just can't undo the wiring of someone's brain where you're heavily influenced by your manipulation and your covert operations of whatever the fuck this is. Are you expecting some type of breakthrough here at some point? I mean, the points have been made that you have turned my life upside down for the worse. And most research, I'm sure it's just another artificial Google algorithm. But from the research I found is that only 2 in 10 Americans trust the US government. What do you expect when you have young people like me and others that try to come in and do positive change, and you violate their civil rights? You're so fucking anti-competitive that you want to box people in to where the list just goes on and on and on. Last night, I slept all through the night with being electronically tortured, and it's too much of a fucking coincidence. Just too much of a fucking coincidence. I didn't have these symptoms until I met you. And here I am, like a small flake in this giant fucking continent, in this enormous universe. I'm a tiny little flake voicing my opinion, and it's not going anywhere. Hopefully someone gets this message and at least takes me seriously. I've got better things to do than have my life be ruined